We're going to talk about what a proportion is. So a proportion is a statement that two ratios are equal. So if two ratios are equal, it's always going to be true that their cross products are equal. So what does that mean exactly? Well, let's say we had two fractions. We'll say 3/4 and, I don't know, let's say 6/8. So if we were to try to figure out if these were proportional, that would mean they're equal. So these are two ratios, and we want to know if they're equal. Now this one you might be able to tell pretty easily because, so I was trying to figure out if they're equal, so I'm putting a little question mark there. If I were to simplify 6/8, I could divide both of these by 2. Divide by 2, by 2, and I end up with 3/4. So actually, if I simplify this, I get 3/4. That tells me that these are definitely equal because simplifying doesn't change the value at all. So if I were to be asked, does this form a proportion? My answer would be yes, because the two fractions are equal. So if I can simplify one to get to the other, they are equal. Now, another example, let's say, I don't know, 6/9 and 8/12. Okay, and I'm trying to figure out, do these form a proportion? Well, let's say you didn't know right away, because let's say you didn't want to simplify for some reason. Another way to figure out if two fractions are proportional is by finding what's called the cross products. So if I multiply 6 times 12 and 9 times 8, if I get the same number for both of those products, then I can say they form a proportion. So 6 times 12, well, 6 times 12 is 72. And then 9 times 8, that's also 72. So these are the same. So I would say yes, these form a proportion, or they're proportional. Now let's look at an example of one that maybe isn't proportional. So let's try, let's say 7/8 and 5/6. Okay, and I want to know, do these form a proportion? Are they equal? Are the ratios equal? Okay, so let's try. I could try to simplify. Well, there's not really no way to simplify these. So let's try cross products. If I multiply 7 times 6, I get 42. 7 times 6. If I multiply 8 times 5, I get 40. So these are not the same. Not the same. So they don't form a proportion. So if the cross products are equal, they form a proportion.